For decades, people around the world have been asking the same question. Is America declining? Is the United States losing its grip on global power? Or is it still the most powerful nation on Earth, standing alone as the world's last true superpower? Every few years, a new headline appears claiming that America's time is over. China is rising. Russia is aggressive. Europe wants independence. The dollar is weakening. The world is multipolar. But here's the real question no one asks often enough. If America is no longer the superpower who replaced it, the answer might surprise you. What does superpower actually mean? Before we can decide whether America is still the last superpower, we need to define what a superpower really is. A superpower isn't just a big country or a rich one. It's a nation that can project power globally: military, economic, political, and cultural. At the same time, a superpower can fight wars anywhere in the world, control global trade routes, influence international institutions, shape culture, technology, and ideas beyond its borders, and most importantly, set the rules of the global system. In modern history, only one country has done all of this consistently since World War II, the United States. The post-Cold War reality. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, the world entered what many experts call the unipolar moment. America didn't just win the Cold War, it emerged as the only nation capable of operating everywhere, all the time. The US Navy patrolled every major ocean. American companies dominated global markets. The US dollar became the backbone of international trade. Hollywood, Silicon Valley, and American media shaped global culture. For the first time in history, a single country had military dominance, economic leadership, and cultural influence all at once. No rival even came close. The rise of challengers, or the illusion of them. Today, many people point to China, Russia, or even the European Union as proof that America is no longer alone at the top. But here's the reality. China has a massive economy, but its military reach is largely regional. It cannot project sustained power across the globe the way the US can. Russia has nuclear weapons, but its economy is smaller than Italy's and heavily dependent on energy exports. The European Union has economic weight, but no unified military, foreign policy, or command structure. These powers can challenge the US in specific areas, but none can replace it across the entire global system. Being strong in one category is not enough. A superpower must dominate multiple domains simultaneously. Right now, only America does that. Military reach, the foundation of power. One of the clearest signs that the US still stands alone is its military presence. The United States operates hundreds of military bases across dozens of countries, 11 aircraft carrier strike groups, more than the rest of the world combined. A global logistics system capable of moving troops, weapons, and supplies anywhere within days. No other nation even attempts this level of global reach. When a crisis happens, whether it's in Europe, the Middle East, Asia, or Africa, the first question governments ask isn't what will China do? It's what will the United States do? That alone tells you who still holds real power. The psychological side of superpower status. Power isn't just about weapons and money. It's also about perception. Allies still rely on the US for security. Markets still react to decisions made in Washington. Global institutions still operate under rules designed largely by Americans. Even countries that criticize the United States often depend on it, economically, militarily, or financially. That contradiction is key. America doesn't just influence the world. The world is structured around America, a world without a replacement. Here's the most important point of all. If the United States were truly no longer a superpower, the world would already look completely different. Global trade would fracture. Security alliances would collapse. Regional conflicts would spiral out of control. Yet despite constant talk of decline, the global system still revolves around the United States. And that leads us to a powerful conclusion. America may not be as dominant as it once was, but it still stands alone. If America isn't the only superpower anymore, then logically someone else should have taken its place. But that hasn't happened. And the reason why is deeper than military strength or economic size. It's about systems, networks, and global trust. Areas where the United States still dominates in ways no other country can replicate. The dollar, America's quiet superweapon. The US dollar is not just a currency. It's the foundation of the global economy. Over half of global trade is conducted in dollars. Oil, commodities, and international contracts are priced in dollars. Central banks around the world hold trillions in US reserves. This gives America enormous power without firing a single shot. When the US Federal Reserve makes a decision, markets in Asia, Europe, Africa, and Latin America feel it instantly. No other country has that kind of financial reach. China has tried to challenge the dollar. Russia wants to bypass it. But neither has succeeded, because global trust takes decades to build, and the world still trusts the American system more than any alternative. Alliances, America's force multiplier. Another reason no country can replace the US is its alliance network. The United States doesn't stand alone. It stands at the center of the world's most powerful partnerships. NATO in Europe, security alliances in East Asia, strategic partnerships in the Middle East, intelligence sharing networks across continents. These alliances multiply American power. China has economic partners, but few military allies. Russia has clients, not equals. The European Union relies heavily on US security. When the US acts, it rarely acts alone, and that makes its influence far greater than any single rival. Innovation and technology leadership. Every major technological shift of the modern era has one thing in common: American leadership. The internet, GPS, semiconductors, artificial intelligence, space technology. Silicon Valley remains the center of global innovation. The world's top universities, research institutions, and venture capital ecosystems are still largely based in the United States. Even countries competing with America rely on American technology, or technology is built on American platforms. This innovation edge ensures that US power constantly renews itself, while others struggle to keep up. Cultural influence, the invisible advantage. Power also lies in culture. American movies, music, social media platforms, and lifestyles reach nearly every corner of the globe. English, the language of global business, science, and aviation, is closely tied to American influence. This creates a subtle but powerful advantage. People across the world understand America, engage with it, and often aspire to it. No other country shapes global culture at this scale. You can't measure that influence on a balance sheet, but it matters more than most people realize. Why multipolar doesn't mean post-American. Many experts claim the world is becoming multipolar, meaning power is more distributed. That's partly true. But multipolar does not mean equal. Other nations are rising, yes, but they are rising within a system designed and maintained by the United States. They trade using American-backed systems. They rely on US-secured sea lanes. They operate in financial markets tied to US regulations. Until another country can replace the dollar, secure global trade routes, lead innovation, build trusted alliances, and shape global norms, America remains in a category of its own. The real question going forward. So the real question isn't whether America is declining. The real question is this: can any country realistically replace the United States as the world superpower? Right now, the answer is no. The US may face internal challenges. Its dominance may not be absolute, but it still holds the core pillars of global power. And until those pillars fall, or someone else builds better ones, America remains the world's last true superpower. Closing call to action. So what do you think? Is America still the last superpower standing? Or is the world on the verge of something completely new? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments, because this debate is far from over.